This is just a short clip revising statics and giving you some things to bear in mind. Just revising the statics here with fire, and I want you to take particular attention to, or pay particular attention to the turn. That's created, as I said before, with the wrist action, flicking your wrist backwards. What you guys were tending to do, some of you were pushing the dogs behind you. You want to keep the dog really behind you before you contemplate bringing it onto your leg. This is quite important, especially if you're going to not want to establish contact, because where you would bring the dog in relation to your leg is going to dictate. So here you see me bringing fire wide of my leg, which would be my preference if I was training for AKC obedience, where there is no contact allowed. So I'm going to take the dog essentially wide from my leg. Again, see, she's turning and putting herself underneath the hand, wide from my body and away from my leg. I'm mixing the session up with play as well, as you can see. I'm going to move on to establishing what I call the fingertip stare. So as you can see here, what I'm shaping is, if you can just watch fire, she's stretching up to meet my hand, which has obviously got a treat in it at this stage. What I'm looking for is her to stretch up, and I'm going to grow this behaviour into the dog following, again, as we've done prior, but specifically having my hands in a very specific position. So that could be whatever you want, whether you want it to be 2 fingers or a flat hand, it's up to you. But what you're working on is the dog focusing on that and rewarding and marking the dog for stretching up. This would be my preference for little dogs. So if I had, which I'll show you with a little dog, obviously, I want the dog to just stare at my fingertips intently. If you see there, I'm just dropping my hand up. If I feel the dog slightly forward, I just drop my hand down to catch the dog's attention and pull it back underneath the hand. Again, mixing my sessions up with a little bit of break in between, and now moving on to hand touches. Okay, so here obviously I'm going for constant contact on the hand. I'm looking for the dog to trot and maintain contact, as you've previously seen, underneath that hand. At this stage, the dog isn't on my leg, it's nowhere near my leg. Mixing the training session up with play, so you guys that asked about introducing play, you do it as soon as. Getting fire onto the hand touch again, and looking for her to maintain her rhythm and maintain her trot. So there I just stepped away and asked her to come back onto the hand. As soon as she came back and reconnected, I marked it and rewarded the dog with play. So again, varying how I reward the dog. Here I'm just doing a little wind up just to get the dog more intent. And again, where I can start to create a little bit more upward drive. Changing the tempo there and clicking her as well for maintaining her rhythm. Just a really brief clip looking at the finer details of the statics, food follow, moving hand touch, and also position the dog for FCI obedience or AKC obedience, where you wouldn't necessarily want contact with your dog. The gist of it is, with if you want contact, you take the dog along the line from your body where you would eventually the dog to approach. If you want your dog to maintain independence from your leg and not have contact, you would take it slightly wide. Good luck, guys. Great work.